Welcome back to Theresa.is.Dead. My name is Theresa and I'm very much alive. And if you're new here, welcome. I have an awful garbage mouth. And if you're not into that or weird shit in general, then this is probably not the place for you. Feel free to X out the video here. No harm, no foul, but I'll remember our time fondly. If you want to jump straight to the review and the swatches and all that good stuff, I'll leave a time code down below. Feel free to jump ahead. Guys, I think I'm gonna start driving to work. I have to. I don't even drive, but I think I'm gonna have to because I cannot take the fucking subway anymore. So today was awesome. Today was fucking this really, I don't even understand. I don't even know what fucking planet this guy was from. So I'm on the train heading home and it was actually kind of surprising that it wasn't really that full. So I was like, whatever, this is awesome for me. I get to spread out and all that good shit. I'm listening to music, playing Candy Crush, living my best life like I always fucking do every goddamn night. A couple stops into my commute, I noticed this guy gets on the train. Well-dressed, good-looking guy, gets on the train and actually sits next to me. Doesn't sit directly next to me, but sits on the other seat. So it's me, an empty space, and this dude. The guy next to me just taps me on my arm, and so I take my headphone out, and I go, yes, can I help you? And he goes,
I wanted to ask, is that the new iPhone?
And I was like, oh yeah, this actually is a new iPhone. But now I'm like gripping it in my hand because, you know, I don't trust people. I don't know if he's gonna like try to snatch that shit out of my hand when the door's open and fucking runs out of the train. So I have like a kung fu grip on my phone. I'm like, yeah, this is a new iPhone.
Oh, okay, great, great. You know they're tracking you, right?
I said, who's tracking me?
I don't want to alarm you, but they're coming.
Who's coming? Now, when I said that, the train actually pulled into the next station. So we stopped, the doors are about to open. This guy did this. I'm like looking at him like, are you fucking okay? Like, what is wrong with you? People get in, people get off, doors close. He goes,
I can't tell you when the doors are open, that's when they can track you. When we're in here and the doors are closed, we're safe.
I said, okay. I put my fucking headphone back in and I just fucking started playing my game because I was like, I don't even know. Now this happens for a couple of stops. Like every time the doors open, this man holds his breath and like braces the seats and kind of like pushes himself back as if he somehow won with the wall, which makes no fucking sense because I don't quite understand how you could even do that. But he does that for every fucking stop that me and him are on the train together. There's a guy that gets on the train and right across from me actually there were 3 empty seats as well. And a guy gets on, normal older gentleman, whatever. He's sitting down like directly across from me and he's looking at the crazy guy next to me, shaking his head like who is this crazy guy and all that stuff, whatever. And right before the guy next to me gets off the train, he taps my arm again.
There's so many things that I want to tell you, but if I tell you, you won't survive.
What the fuck? I was like, then don't tell me.
They're coming. Just be aware. They look like us.
And I was like, oh my god, what kind of fucking horror movie shit is this? And he gets up as he's about to get off the train. He kind of like looks back in like a very like movie-esque moment.
I'll never forget you.
And then gets off the fucking train. And I'm like, what is this? At the same time that this happens, the guy across from me actually kind of waves for my attention. He goes,
Mister, are you okay? Are you okay? Everything okay?
I said, yeah, no, I'm fine. So that guy was a little crazy, but I'm okay.
He goes, yeah. He goes, you can't talk to anybody down here anymore. Everybody's fucking crazy. Like, nobody's normal like us.
I said, yeah, no, I know. When he said that, he had a backpack. He opened his backpack up. He took out a giant bag of sunflower seeds. And he just takes a handful of sunflower seeds and pelts himself in the face with that. Luckily, I only had 2 stops left. But I was like, this is perfect. Oh my god. So I politely smiled at him, I wished him a good evening, and I got off the train and I ran the fuck home. Because I was like, you know, we're 2 for 2 today. I don't need to meet anybody else. So yeah, I'm gonna start driving to work now. This was new for me, yeah. What was really amazing though is that the sunflower seeds, half of them pelted his face, but the other half like spread out like shrapnel, so it was like, and you just hear like all these little sunflower seeds hit the back wall, so it just sounded like incessant tapping. Oh my god. Honestly, one of the best things I've ever seen in my life, so right up there with the fucking bugle lady. I think maybe they're related or married. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that was my day. How was yours? On today's video, we're going to be talking about the Makeup Geek Pumpkin Spice Volume 2 palette. And this bad boy actually retails for $52, but I picked it up for a cool 35 bucks, actually still currently on sale. If you do like this palette, I would recommend picking it up now before it goes back up to full price. Now, before I jump into it, let me read you a little bit about the palette. This palette introduced 2 palette exclusive shades, Dreamsicle and Jack-O-Lantern. We partnered them with 7 of our most loved fall colored matte, shimmer, and foiled eyeshadows. This palette will add the perfect spice to any collection. You'll love it a latte. Funny story. 2 stories for the price of 1 today. I'm recording at nighttime because I just got home from work, right? It's actually 8:47 at night. And fucking people next door couldn't stop banging. So they interrupted me throughout this whole video, right? So it's actually been taking me a really long time to record because I had to keep stopping. You just hear this incessant banging over and over again. So, I like shut this off. I should have took my camera. I fucked up. And I went out into my kitchen, and in my kitchen I have a shaft. When I opened the window up and I saw the guy, the father, the one neighbor that I yelled at a couple weeks ago. And I was like, you need to shut the fuck up. And I lost my goddamn mind. And he just went, okay. And needless to say that I don't hear any more sounds now. It's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. I had to take a 5 though, because I was like fucking fuming mad. And yeah, now I'm chill. So let's talk a little bit about this palette. Oh my god, I'm a fucking psycho. All right, this palette. Like I mentioned before, there's a combination of matte, shimmer, and foiled shadows. You know, it's in the standard Makeup Geek packaging. You get a really good mirror. I mean, if you have Makeup Geek palettes, you know exactly the quality of the palettes. I always really like their aesthetic because it's very sleek looking. I'm a huge fan of Makeup Geek. I love Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and I actually wish I owned more of them. My only issue is that I really don't gravitate towards the palettes too much because I feel like a lot of the palettes, they're very neutral colors, so I like to get a lot of the singles. However, usually their singles add up. So I think that's why I don't really purchase a lot of Makeup Geek eyeshadows unless they're on sale, because I think they range from like 10, maybe a little bit over $10 a pop. I personally really like Makeup Geek. I never have an issue with their eyeshadows. I think the quality is beautiful. I'm kind of sad that they don't really get talked about very often. And I know they were recently kind of brought up on YouTube because of the whole Marlena kind of exposing how much beauty gurus make for sponsored videos and stuff like that. And I think that kind of maybe put the company in a little bit of a negative light, even though I think it was very important to show how much people are getting paid, because that's actually really interesting. But I think it may have hurt her a little bit and her company, because one, it wasn't being talked about, and now it is being talked about, but it's being talked about in a very weird way. It kind of sucks, I think, for that. I know they're going to be going through this whole like rebranding, and so I'm curious to see how that's going to look. I really hope they don't change the formula of their eyeshadows. Their eyeshadows are some of the best out there, and it's just a shame that nobody really talks about them. I never have any sort of issue with the mattes or the shimmers or the foils. Actually, my favorite Makeup Geek eyeshadow is their duochromes. Their duochromes, I use them at least once a week. I love the quality of them, and I need to actually stock up before they start discontinuing. I just need to make a mental note of that. With that said, this palette is exactly what you expect. It's a beautiful range of fall pumpkin spice colors. The pinks kind of threw me off a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, because I never really saw pink as pumpkin spice. I don't know, that kind of threw me for a loop. I can understand the oranges, even the maroon colors. The pinks were like, huh, okay. I kind of wish there was a yellow instead of the pinks. Not to say that the pinks aren't good. The pinks are very, very good, but it's just in terms of pumpkin spice, I don't think pink. But maybe that's just me. There is some kick up in the pan, and there is fallout, and the fallout sucks. I would say probably the fallout for this palette is particularly on the bad side, and I only say that because I feel like, especially, you know, with the matte shades, actually even the shimmer too, they did create either some crumbling or some just like loose pigment that would fall on your skin, and it wasn't really easy to clean up. Even though I had a large fluffy brush, it didn't really matter, and I would have to go in with some concealer in my beauty blender just to try to make me look like I didn't get punched in the fucking face. So that's something to kind of keep in the back of your mind. So I would recommend doing your eye makeup first and then your base and everything afterwards, it will save you a lot of time, because I found myself wasting a lot of time going in and trying to kind of correct that issue. I found that the shimmers worked better with a wet brush. They did show up with a dry brush. However, I felt when you wet the brush with some setting spray, it actually worked that much better. And what I love about Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and in particular these eyeshadows, is that everything blends together so beautifully. So even though there are some contrasting colors, nothing looks really muddy or crazy. Everything kind of just gets layered in such a beautiful way. It creates a nice gradient that I just think it's so fantastic looking. I almost wish that other eyeshadow companies would do that, or at least adopt that quality, because it makes your life so much fucking easier. I find that these eyeshadows technically do the work for you. So if you're definitely interested in purchasing this palette, I would recommend checking them out now while it's on sale. Do yourself the favor. On that note, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button, it's free, and hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and I'll see you little pumpkins later. Bye.